All right, so this video has been highly requested by you guys, and what this is how I manage $1 million in prop firm accounts using Trade Copier. So for those that don't know, I trade with 20 different prop firm accounts, and each account gives me $50,000 worth of funds. Okay, so typically what I'll do is I'll trade in 20 different accounts. So I'll make, $200 a day, $300 a day in 20 different accounts instead of just having one big account. And a lot of you guys are wondering, Chad, why use 20 different accounts that are all with 50,000? Why not just use one $1 million account? So there's a few different reasons I do that, and I'm going to break it all down in this video, how to use Trade Copier, a full tutorial on it, and everything you need to know to get started using copy accounts with prop firms, or even if you're just doing this on your own account. So that being said, super excited to show this to you guys. Let's dive straight into it. So for those that don't know, copy accounts is the same as normal accounts, except when you place a trade on one of your accounts, what it does is it copies that exact trade to 2, 5, 10, or even 20 different accounts, right? So you're basically taking the same trade on 20 different accounts. As you can see, if you guys are in our Discord, I post my P&L on here every single day, along with my trade recaps, my levels for the S&P 500 and NASDAQ. And as you can see, today, for example, I posted, I made 141 times 14 accounts. So I had around a $2,000 day. If we go to yesterday, let's go up here. You can see all our members posting their gains. I made 188 times 14. I had a $2,600 day. So again, I've been getting all kinds of questions. Chad, why do you trade in 14 different accounts, 20 different accounts? Okay, so I'm going to break that down in this video. By the way, guys, if you do want to join our Discord group, like I said, I share my profits every single day in here. I also show my trading levels for NASDAQ and ES every single day in this group. So if you guys want free access to this community, we'd love to have you inside. So if you guys do want to join our Discord, like I said, it's completely free and open to the public. All you have to do is click on the first link in the description below this video. Okay, so why do I actually use 20 different accounts? Why do I actually use this Trade Copier versus just using one big account? Well, the first reason here is because you get more drawdown room. Okay, so if you decide to, let's get a 300K account. And for those of you that don't know, I use a trading prop firm called Apex. This is the one I like. They always pay out on time. They have, pretty simple rules. They don't go back and forth and changing. But anyways, if you go on their website, they have an option where you can get a 300K account. Okay, so you might be thinking, Chad, why not just get like 300K accounts instead of 20 50K accounts? Well, here's why. So let's say you get one 300K account. If you look on their website, you can see that you have to make $20,000 to pass it, and you get $7,500 worth of drawdown. So that's how much you're able to lose before the accounts get blown and you have to buy a new account and restart, right? Now, here's the same scenario, okay? If you buy 6 of the 50K accounts, what happens? Right? Well, if you do 6 times 50, that also equals 300,000. So it's the same exact amount of money you'll get funded with. But if you look at the 50K accounts, you get $2,500 worth of drawdown per account. Okay, so if you do 2,500 times 6, right, you get a 15,000 drawdown. So you get double the amount of drawdown with the same amount of funds. And they're also easier to pass the valuations too, because on the 50K accounts, you only have to make 3,000, where the 300K accounts, you have to make 20,000, okay? So that's the first reason, is there's way more drawdown room. You can afford to take more losses before you blow your accounts. Now, the second reason I use multiple accounts is because you get to diversify risk between strategies or sessions, all right? So if we go back to our Discord, if I go inside my P&L, so like today, you can see I posted 141 times 14, right? Now, why did I only use 14 today? And if we go back to yesterday, you can see I used 14 yesterday as well. Well, that is because I can diversify my risk between different setups, between different session times. So what I'm doing right now is my main strategy, my main setup that works very well, that has an 80% proven win rate. I'm trading that with 14 of my accounts, right? So the majority of my accounts is going to that one strategy that I know works. Now, keep in mind, some days that strategy won't work as well, right? Not every day I'm going to be green. So what I can do is I can diversify and start another strategy. And with that other strategy, I can trade those other 6 accounts. And maybe on the days that I'm red with my main accounts, right, I'll be green with my other strategy. So you're able to diversify your strategies, right? Or maybe you want to do, 5 accounts in the morning you're going to trade and 5 accounts in the afternoon. You can diversify it between session times. You can see which ones do better. Okay, so that's another reason to use them. So for example, if you have 20 total accounts, accounts 1 through 10, you can trade in the morning. Accounts 11 through 20, you can trade in the afternoon. It kind of just diversifies your risk a little bit. So if one of your setups has a bad day, your other strategy could be green. So it's a good hedge to have. This is the whole reason hedge funds got created, trading funds got created. Now, this next reason is probably the most important, and this is the main reason I like to use prop firms versus funding my own accounts. Okay, so check this out. This is actually pretty crazy on how this works. Okay, so the main reason is I get more reward with way less risk. Okay, so for example, if I buy 10 50K accounts, first I got to pass the valuation. Okay, so 50K accounts usually cost around $50. There's always discounts Apex does. So you can usually pick them up for $50. So if you do 50 times 10, right, it's going to cost you $500 to start getting funded. Okay, so that's your risk you're going to have to start with, is that $500. Now, once you actually pass the evaluation, right, you have to pay for a PA account. And the PA accounts cost $105. So let's say you get all these 10 funded. Keep in mind, you can trade them all at the same time. Now, the PA account costs $105, okay? So again, if you do $105 times 10 accounts, right, these 10 accounts that you got passed, your total risk is going to be $1,500, okay? $500 for the valuation and another $1,000 for actually making them a PA account, which is a real live account trading with real money, okay? So total risk is $1,500 if you want to trade with 10 accounts. Now, on those 50K accounts, the maximum payout every 10 trading days is $2,000, and this is per account. So if you have a decent trading system, meaning you get a 60% win rate with a 2-to-1 win-loss, you're usually going to be able to hit this maximum payout every 10 trading days, okay? And keep in mind, this is $2,000 per account. We have 10 accounts. Right? So if we do the math here, we can see we're going to make $2,000 times 10 accounts. Obviously, it's not always going to be perfect, but this is like, a decent scenario if you have like a decent system and you're trading, decently well. Now, keep in mind, this is every 10 trading days. Okay, so you can potentially get 2 payouts per month. So what this means basically is a doable reward is $40,000 per month on 10 of the 50K accounts, right? Because you're doing 2,000 times 10, that's $20,000, and then 2 payouts per month, right? So I'll just put 2 payouts per month. That's going to give you a reward of $40,000 per month, okay? So again, we're risking $1,500 to make $40,000 potentially. Now, if I wanted to make $40,000 and I wasn't using prop firms, I was using my own funds, I would probably need like a $200,000 account. So I would need to invest $200,000 of my own money. Keep in mind, this $200,000 has to be locked up in an account. I can't use it to go invest in real estate or buy stocks for the long term, right? So this is why I like to use prop firms so much. It's because I'm getting way more reward with very tiny amounts of risk. I can make this back with one trade, okay? So this is the main reason I like to split between multiple different accounts. Now, the last reason I use multiple accounts is because the psychological factor, okay? So when you're spread out between 20 different accounts, you're only trading one account at a time, right? The 19 are just copying your trade in the background. So you only see the P&L of one account. So for example, like today or yesterday, let's say I made $188. So it's pretty much just like I'm trading with a tiny amount of money. So I don't get as emotional when I'm trading, right? Because I kind of just treat it as if I'm making $188, but then I get to times it by 14 or 19 or however many accounts you have. So if we go back here, I basically said, instead of seeing up 1,000, then down 2,000, and up 4,000, that can get psychologically exhausting. Versus if you're just trading one account and that one account is copying your trade on 19 different accounts, you're just going to see up 100, then down 200, then up 400. All the 9 other accounts are copying your single account in the background. So basically, you're just going to be less emotional. And I'm willing to do everything I can to be less emotional while I trade, because then I'm going to trade better. All right, so those are the main reasons why I use 20 different accounts with prop firms versus just one big account or using my own funds. Now, I'm going to show a little tutorial of how to actually set this up. Like I said, I use Apex as my prop firm. If you guys want to sign up to it, that'll be the second link in the description below this video. There's a coupon code where you get 50% off every single month on your order. So I take advantage of that. But anyways, I use Tradevate with Apex, so they integrate together and it makes it super easy. And Tradevate actually has a built-in trade copier. Okay, so if we go over to Tradevate here, what you'll notice right here is we have this little drop-down menu, right? So if I click this drop-down menu, and I'm just gonna blur out the numbers so you guys can't see like my username. But anyways, as we can see, if we go down here, what you'll notice is we have Chad Trades and Quantico Cap, right? So these are my two different strategies I like to trade with. So these 14 accounts, I trade with the Chad Trades group. So basically this group is spread across 14 different accounts. And then my second account group is Quantico Cap. That's another strategy I use on my 6 other accounts. Now, basically the way this works is you're just going to go on here, you're going to press manage group, and you can set a new group name. Okay, so if I just click this box, I can say, let's say I'm going to name this morning session. Okay, so we're going to trade this only in the morning. So what I can do is I can drag which accounts I want to trade in this group. Okay, so let's say for this morning session, I want to trade 5 accounts. So I'm going to move this over here. So we got 1 account, 2 PA accounts, 3 PA accounts, 4 PA accounts, and now we have 5 PA accounts, right? So the quantity here, I would just keep it 1. So now all I can do is press save. And what's going to happen here is if I go back to this drop down, right, if I go to the bottom here, we can see I have morning session selected. So now, as you can see, this says my account plus morning session. So now whenever I place orders, it's going to get copied to those 5 accounts that I just set up. Now keep in mind, you're going to have to set up your contracts the right way. Okay, so let's say we're trading ES here. What you're going to need to do is, for example, let's say on these 5 accounts, you want to trade, 10 micros each, okay? 10 micros per account. Okay, so if you're trading 10 micros per account and there's 5 accounts, you need to buy 50 contracts, okay? So just keep that in mind. For example, okay, so if I put in 50 right here, as we can see, if I press buy, what's going to happen is you can see it's going to buy 10 contracts in each account, okay? So buy 10 contracts in this account, buy 10 contracts in this account. So you can see that it's getting duplicated across 5 different accounts when I actually go to place my order. And everything else is the same, right? The stop losses are the same. Buying and selling is the same. You just have to multiply it times 5 since we're trading on 5 accounts. And if we're trading on 10 accounts, you'd multiply it by 10. Same process here. So you just use this formula right here. So if you want to trade 10 micros, again, you just times it by the number of accounts that you're actually trading with that group. So anyways, guys, that's going to end the lesson of how I manage $1 million in prop firm accounts using Trade Copier. That is why I do it. The main reason is there's more drawdown room. You can diversify risk between different strategies or different sessions. And lastly, there's more reward, less risk, and then also that psychological factor in there as well. So anyways, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. Hopefully you got some value out of this. And also, if you guys have questions on this, some of this was confusing, be sure to join our Discord community. Like I said, this is completely free and open to the public. If you go inside of here, we have a specific channel for funded accounts. You'll get all your questions answered in here. These are only people who are trading with funded accounts. So it's a great place to get your question answered, within a few hours. And like I said, in here, I also share my levels every single day on NASDAQ and ES as well. So you get free access to that. So anyways, guys, if you do want to join this community, like I said before, it's completely free and open to the public. We'd love to have you inside. All you have to do to join us is go to the first link in the description below, or just head over to this link right here. With that being said, guys, as always, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video with another day trading lesson.